Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a walk and talk. We are going to the lake, and I picked this area for a reason. Now I am going to up front want to say this is not going to be a video that you may want to watch. I'm going to react to a 4-hour live stream that was made about me. I don't know if this would be the type of video for you. This video is going to be for Road Hog, Jenny Lee, aka Complete Creations. I think that's her new channel name. Somebody named Jackie. Welsh Rose, I think her name was. A few people. But this is not going to be a very pretty walk and talk. So you might want to click off and watch tomorrow's vlog, which will be a lot more positive. I am at the lake that I always come to, that I tell you reminds me of my mom. There's nobody here per usual. There's a reason why I'm bringing that up. Let me show you the scenery and the geese. If you guys can see, I'll try to zoom you in. There's some geese there. But let me unzoom you because I want to show you. I love coming here because there's never anybody here. I can show you, I zoom it all around. You see? There's a few people over there playing basketball, but that's way across the street. Usually you don't even have that, but it's empty. And today is December 26th, so a lot of people are home from school, winter break, you know, all that. And it's beautiful for Jersey. It actually is. I'm shocked. I have my palette on my eyes today, so plus I wanted to have a full face of makeup for you, especially for you, Road Hog. Okay, so let's talk about this. And I will be linking everything in the description box. I'm not going to play his video because, you know, he likes to strike channels and different things. And plus, you know, I'll leave everything down below. It's a 4-hour stream. I'm not going to react to all 4 hours. Anybody that does watch his live stream, I ask you, please do not flag it or anything. We don't do that on this channel. He has a right to his opinion about me. He has a right to state what he wants. I'm going to correct him on a lot of things because he got about 95% of stuff wrong. But we don't do that over here, you know? So I don't watch Road Hog. I don't know what he does. I was surprised when I got an email, and then a couple of people DM'd me and was like, do you know Road Hog is streaming about you, or live streaming or something like that? I'm like, what? Me? What are you talking about? I haven't even brought him up in 6 months, something longer than that, like over the summer, I think it was. The last time I brought him up was when I was taken up for Tira Nicole with her child, and I was calling him also a gross pig and stuff. But that was it, you know, haven't even thought about him. And so I guess he was doing this 25 days of talking shit. And so it was like 25 people. I believe a couple people he talked about different days, so it wasn't like 25 different people. But I think I was number 22 or something like that. I don't know. There's so much, I don't even know where to start, okay? You guys do know the reason why I'm bringing Jenny Lee up, because for some reason, she thinks that I still talk about her in my vlogs. I have no idea why. I have not said her name. I don't think I've ever, even when I used to talk about her before, put her name in the title or put her face or anything in a thumbnail. Ever. And I never made a dedicated video. I might talk about it here and there. Now, I still once in a while talk about how, you know, I still want a public apology for her accusing me of something I did not do. But other than that, like, you know, on this channel, we talk about life lessons and all that. I started YouTube, like my beauty channel, a couple months shy of 41. I'm going to be 48 in a couple months. So, when I talk about my life lessons, I had 41 years prior to YouTube. Not everything I talk about has to do with YouTube. It's very weird to me, the ego that she has, that she says, I'm talking about her, because when I do talk about her, I'm not scared of her. I say her name, Jenny Lee. I guess she says that I talk about her because she gets these hate comments that go to her review. And it's like, what are you talking about? It ain't for me. I don't say anything. And I have never sent anybody to her channel because I don't approve of that. So whatever. Now, Jenny made a public apology to me. And so I was actually going to make a video stating that. She made a public apology to me. And it kind of gave me closure. I was like, okay, that's all that I ever wanted. That's it. I don't care about the other live streams, you know, whatever, like her believing what she believed or got mad or something. I don't care. I was more concerned about her accusing me of something I didn't do. And then she goes on this 4-hour live stream with Road Hog. She's in the chat dragging me for the whole time, which actually surprised me. So anyway, let's talk about this. He starts talking about the drama that I had on YouTube, okay? And all this kind of stuff. Talks about my marriage. He starts off talking about my son. You know. He starts off his live stream by talking about my son, about that my son is 28 and why is he still living with me. First of all, that's none of your business. And if you really want to look at it, I live with my son. And I'm not embarrassed of it. We all work together, me and my 3 kids. I have all adult children. My youngest is 19. We're all adults. And we all help each other. That's how it is. I'm not in the system. We don't get food stamps. I'm not on welfare, Medicaid. None of my children are. They have really good jobs. My daughter goes to school and she works. So does my son, my youngest son. Like, that's what we do. I tell my kids, don't move out. Finish school. Get everything done. So this way you can build a house, save your money. Oh, well. Like, I'm not embarrassed of that. And that's really none of your business. It's very weird to me why you care, but okay, so that's that. So my son was already living in that house when I moved in. Okay? Anywho, he talks about, like, so you know, back in 2019, my daughter had open heart and lung surgery. She was 19 at the time. She's 23 now. She had blood clots and stuff. She almost died. She had open heart surgery, lung surgery. A couple weeks later, she got an infection. They had to put this machine in her leg, on her groin. That infection almost killed her, stopped her heart, and this was in October of 2019. I'm telling you all this for a reason. When I was going through that, my mom was dying. She was on hospice, which my mom died a month later. She died on Thanksgiving. So that was one of the hardest times of my life. Okay? So I was given like updates on how Lexi was doing, because of course I didn't film in the hospital and show and all that kind of stuff, right? And when I had a thumbnail that said something like prayers for my daughter or whatever the case may be, somebody takes that thumbnail and like edits it and acts like it said something to the effect of, oh, this is Ann and I do this around the holidays so people can feel sorry for me. Or it was like this big thing, like very weird, because I didn't even ask for my money. I mean, let's be real. Even in 2023, almost 2024, I don't even have memberships. I don't have memberships on either channel, even on my beauty channel. I don't ask for, like, I don't understand. And I was not in the right headspace. Parent to parent, okay, if you have children, how would you feel when your daughter is fighting for her life? Literally. and you're saying updates for my daughter, and somebody takes that thumbnail and it's just cruel about it while your mother is dying as well. I never started that drama. Never. Now, I did think it was somebody, because this person was the one who told me. And my one regret is I wish I would have never took it to YouTube, but I wasn't in the right state of mind. And I don't think anybody would. And then that person thought maybe I did it because I'm blaming her. Come to find out, we found out who did it. She makes a public apology, and we move on. Because she did this like a video and whatever. A couple days later, she had to make a public apology and say, no, that was not Ann. This is who did it. I found out. I did traced it back to this, or whatever the case may be. That was that. Because he says that I always create drama. So that was the one thing that I had that this person doesn't even do YouTube anymore. So I'm not even going to talk about that. Okay, but I can tell you, parent to parent, a Road Hog, if you're watching, let me know how you would react. Would you just stay quiet about it? No, I was not in the right headspace at all. Even if my mother wasn't dying, what was going on with my child, I don't care who you are, no. So that was that. Again, if I can go back in time, I wish I would have never, fed into it, let it bother me, but I was angry, and that just, I think at that time, because I was so angry and mad at God and hurting, and that gave me a reason to be angry about something else and get my mind off of what I was going through. If that even makes sense. Now that I look at it, I wish I can change all of that, but I can't. So I never caused that drama or started that drama. Okay? And every time somebody brings up this thumbnail, it just reminds me of my child. Okay. I mean, because back then it was going around that my daughter never even had open heart surgery. All of that. You know my daughter. She's been on. She should, you guys know. Anyway. So that was back in 2019. So why is that being brought up in 2023, damn near 2024? I mean, that was what, 4 years ago? Almost 5 years ago? I have no idea. The only other drama that I've ever had on YouTube, I didn't start either. So let's get into it and how Road Hog and stuff starts. I had a heart attack in March of 2022. April 1st, I had a stent put in. You guys know I was transferred to Philly and all that. They did the stent. I was 99% blocked. And I was so upset. I wanted my mom. When you're going through something like that, I was close to my mom. And I just wanted my mom, and I just wasn't in the right headspace. You guys know now, even before that, I was dealing with personal stuff and it just wasn't in a good space. I have not been in a good space since my mom and grandmother died, and I'm still grieving. Not as bad, but it's I don't know. I can't explain unless you ever experience, and I hope nobody experiences this, to be honest with you. I don't wish this type of pain on my worst enemy, and that's the God's honest truth. So it was only, I think I made this a walk and talk. I was still going to cardiac rehab because, when you have a heart attack, you have to go to cardiac rehab and stuff. And I started these walk and talks, and I started this channel. And when you have a health scare, you start thinking of life is so short. Just different things, Well, anyway, I was friends with Abby, Jenny Lee, a few other people, And none of us care for Road Hog, just the way he acts on his channel, how he talks about women, their looks, everything that he does. Road Hog reminds me of the type of person, when is a holiday or a get-together, and all the women are in the dining room or kitchen. They stay in one room drinking coffee or whatever, chit-chatting about life and all that. And then the men are in the other room, the husbands or boyfriends or whoever are in the other room, and they're like watching football or just talking about men stuff. Roadhog reminds me of the man that's sitting with all the women chit-chatting, because that's what his channel's about, gossiping about other women. And there was a situation where his wife was pregnant, and all the way up, I will leave the link. I'm not going to play anything, even though it's not on his channel. He can't strike me, but I'm going to leave all the links in the description box. He says, mom and baby are fine. So he acted like she had the baby. Everything. Come to find out, she never had the baby. She had a miscarriage, but, you know, a lot of people were saying she faked it or whatever the case may be. So I did this walk and talk about, because he was mom shaming Tira Nicole. And I was taken up for Tira, and I was like, you know, how are you going to mom shame when you scammed and faked a baby? This was prior, before I knew what I knew now. Okay? And I also took up for Tira because it's like, you know, I was mom shamed, you know, raising kids in the projects and different things, you know, my kids were, before I met my husband, you know. So I know what that's like. And me and Tira didn't talk, you know, I didn't at that time care for Tira. But right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't have to like you to take up for you knowing something's wrong. Okay? And at that time, I'm thinking, okay, so he's scamming. Why are you mom shaming when he just scammed a whole baby? Okay. So that's why and Jenny and all them knew I was going to do that walk and talk. Everybody knew. Because Jenny hated Road Hog. Oh, she hated him. Well, they got mad, Jenny and all them, because they didn't like Tira. Because Tira would talk about Jenny and all this other kind of stuff. And whatever. And so Jenny gets mad. Not that I talked about Road Hog, because she had a lot to say too. That's because I took up for Tira. And she says, there are so many other women he talked about, like somebody named AZ, I don't know who she is, and all these other people. Why did you have to take up for Tira when you could have took up for a lot of people? Well, I didn't even really know too much about him at the time, so I didn't know at that time he talked about all these women. I just knew because the videos came up with him talking about Tira. Because how I knew about the baby situation was from Jenny Lee. I didn't even know he used to make videos on anybody until Jenny was the one who used to dog him and talk about him. Let's keep that a buck. Okay? And the next day, I make another video because I was getting a lot of comments, like from subscribers, like because about Tira. And so I made a little thing of, you know, some people are butthurt or something like that. Well, Jenny, like she always does, thinks everything was about her. Other people thought it was about them, which it was not. And they all got mad. So the people I thought were my friends or friendly, well, the only one I was really friends with was Abby. All the other people, they didn't have my phone number. We didn't talk like that, but we were friendly. They were mad with me. They never came to me and told me they were mad with me or anything. And I'm thinking, why are they? I don't understand why they're mad. This is in my head because I didn't know what was going on. Well, I find out Abby makes a video. She doesn't want to be my friend. And that's because, let me just say this, but a lot of people don't know. Me and Abby, we weren't just YouTube friends. We were friends for 7-8 years outside of YouTube. We only lived 25 minutes from each other. I knew Abby before I even had a YouTube channel. Okay? We met each other's family. She had met my soon-to-be ex-husband, my children. She knows me. I know her. We went out places. We were in real-life friends. So I was very hurt. I took this more hurtful when she didn't want to be my friend, and it's because, remember I said I was grieving with my mom and grandmother, and I wasn't the nicest person. I can admit that. I've said that before. I didn't know that at the time because, see, you know, I talk about this life lessons. Like when you have an issue with somebody, you go to them. Nobody came to me. It was all done publicly. Now, Abby did text me when I first made the video, because Tira, and I remember I said I just had a heart attack only weeks prior. And I said, because I just had a heart attack, so I'm like, listen, life is so short. Don't let little things like that bother you. Because, see, I was on a different level than a lot of people was, because I just had a big health scare. So, you know, whatever. I find out, then Abby makes a video saying she don't want to be my friend, which I was hurt. Because I looked at the friendship like she was my sister, like family. And when you have a near-death experience, you think, oh my God, I could have died. Don't you even care? And now this happened April 1st. My birthday's April 6th. It's like I might have not have lived to my next birthday. It was, all of it was, and because I was never told how negative I was and how how she felt, it was just, it was a shock to me, okay? And it was done publicly because people knew what I went through with that thumbnail situation. Well, Jenny's friends with Abby, and Jenny goes live. Before, she was threatening me about going live, and I said to her, on a community post on hers, I said, listen, I can't handle it right now. Like, when I tell you, it wasn't even a month after my heart attack and heart surgery. I said, please don't do this. I can't handle it. Like, because again, they didn't come to me and tell me exactly why they were mad. So I'm thinking they're mad because I took up for Tira, which I still stand by that. Okay? So just think about what I'm going through. Like, why? Why are people, like, because nobody came to me. Abby blocked me, all this other kind, nobody would talk to me. And I just wanted to know why. Like, what? And I was more hurt with Abby because it was more personal. So again, here's another thing that happened that I did not want on the internet. Well, Jenny goes and makes live streams, and she says, well, I set her up for months. Because remember, Jenny, I have the original live stream screen recorded. Because then after a while, you know, she edits stuff out, you know, to make herself look good. She talked about my mother, my dead mother, which she did apologize for that. She titled it something like mental health, when it was like, you titled it mental health awareness. But what did you do to me right after my heart? What do you think I went through? What do you think you were doing to me when you accused me of calling CPS on a real life friend, which I would never do? What do you think that did to me? All the hate I got for something that wasn't even true. And all I've ever said was, how do you know CPS was really called? I'm not saying it wasn't. I don't think Abby would ever lie about that. But why, like, it was a mess. And that's all I've ever said lately is, I know I'll never get a public apology, because there are still people that think this. Because it was never said publicly. I should have never said that. I don't know, and I don't know for a fact, and I was wrong. That's all I ever wanted. All that other stuff, yeah, I was pissed off about. But I got over that. The only thing I ever say from now is, I deserve a public apology because you went public, Jenny Lee. You did that. I asked you not to. Keep this. If you don't like me, you don't want to be my friend, you're mad because I took up for Tira, keep it offline. I need to heal. You didn't care. You know what you said? Your health doesn't matter. I don't care about your health. I have those screenshots. You're nasty. See, when Road Hog is dragging me 4 hours and you're making it like they can't let Steph go. I was a victim. Oh yeah? You should have never got involved in a friendship. That's number one. Number two, you started with a woman who just had a health scare and it had nothing to do with you. You asked for it. You put my name in the title. That's why. I didn't talk about the situation till 4 months when I had a video. And an hour later is when I brought you up. Nobody even knew who I was talking about in the beginning. So all the hate you got is because you put my name in the title, it got recommended, and you were nasty and gross in it, and people had their feelings. That was something you did. So when you publicly apologized to me, I had closure, and I was literally going to make a video until you dragged me for 4 hours. Crazy. Now, moving on. There's so much. I'm probably like all over the, you guys know how I am. It's the ADD. I get all over the place. Okay. So that's how it started with the first drama. Okay? Now, so that's when I talked about Road Hog. As time went on, okay, I guess his wife had a miscarriage, which in my video that I took up for Tira again, with something about her minor child, the very first thing I said was I apologize for that. He chooses not to forgive, that's fine. He has that right. But I retracted what I said. I never deleted live streams because I don't dirty delete. I'm not scared of anybody. I stand on what I say when I mean it at that time. Okay? That was the last time I ever talked about Road Hog in a video. So it was weird to me. He like read me to Phil for 4 hours, which was laughable because most of the stuff was wrong. Okay, now in that video that I made, and I'll link all these videos down below, he already reacted to that video, which I never said anything because I felt like, well, he has a right to react. I talked about him. He has the right to. So I never said anything. He has the right to his opinion. That was that. Never thought of the man again. Ever. Like I said, until he did this 4-hour live stream. So then I start watching it. I hear him talk about Tyler. Then he proceeds to talk about my divorce. Because in that one walk and talk that I first originally talked about him, I was saying how he was gross because, you know, he calls women cunts and all this other kind of stuff. Which I will leave videos down below how he talks. He even calls his wife cunts. He abuses his wife. Then, allegedly. I don't know about now. But I have video of him over top of her, threatening her, smacking her, allegedly, saying, "To death do us part," all this stuff. She's crying. I have a video of his wife's mother saying the same thing. I will leave that all below. I am not playing that nasty, gross stuff on my channel. I'm sorry. And that is a trigger warning if you want to watch those videos. So when I did that walk and talk, I said at that time, my husband is a good man, and he never talks to women like that. He's never called me out of my name. So he goes, "Oh, how is Karma? Talk about me, and now she's going through a divorce. And what, did you lie a year ago?" Because remember, this was a 1.5 years ago. No. And I still stand on that. My husband to this day has never called me out of my name. Ever. A bitch, a cunt, a motherfucker. Never. Not one time. I don't know what he says behind my back, but never to my face. Ever. Okay? Now, later on, as our marriage is declining, you know, he made little threats and stuff, but he never put his hands on me, came up in my face. None of that stuff. I still stand by that. That was never a lie. And of course, back in the day when I'm doing videos with my husband and stuff, I'm going to talk good. We were working on our marriage. We had went to marriage counseling before. And I wasn't ready to tell anybody about me and my husband and our marriage because it was nobody's business. We were still trying to make things work. So nothing was ever a lie. Again, to this day, he's never called me out of my name. Ever. Okay? So he proceeds to say my husband left me because I was spending all his money on makeup and stuff and all this kind of stuff. So as he's doing his live streams, I guess he has these research people that are researching for him and sending him stuff because he's reading. If I were you, Road Hog, get different research people because they're wrong. Because if anybody even watched a little bit of my vlog, I have always said, "Oh, somebody put a picture of cheese. I've never seen this before. Look." There's my ADD again. that. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Because if anybody even watched my vlogs for a little bit, I always say why we're not together. My husband is the one who filed for divorce because that's what I wanted. I wanted him to. My husband didn't leave me. My husband didn't pay not one single bill, ever. I paid everything. And I got tired of it. My husband also acted inappropriately in our marriage. I got tired of it. And the last straw was with him and my son. That was that, because my kids will always come first. Okay? He proceeds to say, you know, I can get sued, and why am I saying all this stuff? Well, I'm not scared, because my husband is not like me. I don't get the government involved. I don't call the cops. I don't go real life. I don't get a hold of people's sponsors. I don't do any of that. I just say what I have to say online, you know, what I'm doing right now. My husband's different. My husband will sue. So, I know what to say and what not to say, and I'm not lying. You can't sue somebody on facts and truths, and also my opinion on what I felt like in my marriage. It's the truth. Then this one girl, Jackie, that's on here, I don't even know who she is, never heard of her. And she's like, I heard he made a video and I tried to find it, and why didn't they link the video? Because he deleted the video. That's why. And you're never going to find it. Because that's not him. Not everybody does YouTube. Like, it's just crazy to me. You know, my husband is not, my soon-to-be ex-husband is not blocked from my channel. He can comment anytime he wants. He never called me a liar. And when he made that video on me, he never once called me a liar. I'm not lying. So when you say karma, look what she talked about me, but now she's going through a divorce. Well, maybe that's true. But I never lied. He ain't a woman abuser. He never put his hands on me. I mean, he never called me out my name to this day. I would never date a man that does that. Ever. Ever. And it's weird to me, for over 2 hours, you're talking about me and my divorce. What do you care about my divorce? It's the weirdest thing. And you, Jenny Lee, making comments, you're gross and disgusting just like him. And then questioning for the last year, look at all these titles. Well, yeah. Yeah. This is a lifestyle channel, a lifestyle vlog channel. And I talk about what I'm going through. I am not embarrassed. I don't regret anything I said. And there's a lot of women that go through what I go through. Are going, have went through. I don't care. And just because the titles say that doesn't mean the whole vlog is about it. It might be 10 minutes out of a 40-minute vlog that I talk about. And if I want to, that's what I do. If people don't like my content, then they just don't watch it. It's the weirdest thing why you care what I have on my channel. It's very weird. And I'm talking about my own life. I'm not sitting there being a gross pig like you, Road Hog, talking about other women and their looks and what they're like. I just don't do that. I talk about my own life. Sometimes I might give my opinions on different situations, but for the most part, I don't care. You know, I have a video of you saying the N-word. Leave that link down below as well. Okay? And when you said it, you go, yeah, I said it. Like you were proud. So is that why you made a video on me? Are you a little racist? Don't like the fact my husband's black, my kids are biracial? Is that why? Because I'm trying to understand. Help me understand why you talked about me and my husband and my divorce for over 2 hours. Like, why? Very weird. Very, very weird. Now, you and all your supporters say, well, Road Hog has changed. He doesn't do that anymore. So then why can't I change from the drama that I had on YouTube The last time was a year and a half ago. People change. It's very weird that you are still mad over a video that you already reacted to. There's been no drama online since then. And your coward friend Jenny Lee can talk stuff on other people's live chats, but won't do it on her own channel. When she does, she'll hurry up and delete it. Because she wants everybody to think she does this, like, dollar store crap, in which she's very good at her talent. I'm not going to lie about that. Very good. I wish I had that talent. And there's nothing wrong with it. But don't act like you're hard and you'll say this, because didn't you threaten to get your cousins on me and to smack me or shoot me? Didn't you? Yeah, that's how you are. So don't act that way, and then but on your channel you want to act another way. See, I act who I am. I'm not going to hide who I am. So let's continue. He proceeds to talk about how I say when I'm friends with somebody, I'll help them bury a body. He says this is the type of person Just Ann is. Look what she'll do. Well, I know I'm a little older than you. I'm almost 48. Okay, I think you're in your early 40s, right? But you haven't heard, like, the term, like, he took it literally. You guys know I can't pronounce certain words. I don't hang with people that actively murder people. That is a term of, I got your back. It's kind of like when you say, my best friend Sally knows where I hid all the dead bodies at. All that means is, she knows all my deepest secrets. So when I say, I would help them bury a body and wouldn't tell, I mean, it's a figure of speech, you dumb fuck. Like, guys, you have to watch this to even understand. Like, this is the stuff that he said, because he has nothing on me, he has to say this. The reason why I decided to take it to the park, because whoever this Welsh Rose is says, did you see that she had her essentials or gun or whatever she said in her bag and just left it there? What if somebody would have picked it up? And then he's like, well, she's a felon, she isn't supposed to carry a gun. So let's talk about it. As you can see, I've been talking now for almost 40 minutes. I don't know what it will be after I edit it. There's still nobody around. And let me show you where I placed my bag. Right there. There is still no one around. I would never place my bag when there's people around that anybody can get to. Now let's talk about my felony. That was literally almost 30 years ago. It happened in 96 or 97. It is 2023. I was 21 years old. I am 47 years old. Did you ever hear about expungement? Let me tell you about that in case you don't know. After a certain amount of time, depending on what the charge is, you can, and it depends what state you live in, you can get things expunged. Has to be a certain amount of time, depending on what it is. Now, when you get something expunged off your record, yeah, you can get a gun or whatever the case may be. But if you ever get sentenced to something else, it comes up. In other words, a judge or whoever can see that you have this charge, and that could be held against you. So it doesn't completely get taken off your record if you have another felony or something like that, right? But for the most part, for somebody else to look for it, you won't find it. Everything is registered. Everything. Permit to carry. But let me ask you a question. How do you know I'm even telling the truth? I've never showed a gun. I could be lying. You don't know. You have no idea what's in my bag. So you can't say I carry a gun just because I say it. Right? I've never said even what type of gun. I just said I have my essentials. I carry a knife. Yes. I carry pepper spray. Yes, I've showed that. But what single woman wouldn't carry protection if they're walking alone? And I've always said I carry extra protection, not for humans, but if there's a gang of dogs that come after you, if it's either me or the dog, what do you think it's going to be? How do you know they're bullets? They're not practice bullets or non-lethal bullets. Or maybe it's a gun that is a pepper spray gun that looks like a bullet, but it's really pepper spray. They had that. I think it's about $400 or $500. You don't know because I never showed it. You guys are so pathetic and stupid. You're upset that a single woman carries protection with her when she's walking alone. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Then he proceeds, he talks about my makeup palette. So this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, which they got wrong again. They said, first of all, he says that I have 3 collabs so far with eyeshadow palettes, okay? 2 are from Rasha B Cosmetics. The other one is from St. Angels and Sinners, okay? And all 3 of them was in the Slay Glam box. So that means it's a collab. It's not my formula. It's not my lab, anything like that. I pick the colors, the shades, I name them. And it's my face, like my name is on the palette. So that means I get a cut out of it. So when you buy from my site, it's $40 because that's how I get paid. If you order just from Slay Glam Box, I make nothing out of it. So the price goes up so I can get a little cut. Mind you, I ship everything, pay for everything, all of that stuff. So I'm not really making much, okay? They say that you get the Slay Glam Box for $24, and then after that sold out, then you get the palette for $40. There's finally kids over here. That's nice. Christmas vacation. I like to see kids outside playing because you don't see that too much anymore. Okay, first of all, my palette was always sold when the Slay Glam, but when I got the palettes in. My palette sold out in 3 days, and I'm having 1 restock. Slay Glam Box sold out twice, and she had her, you know, she's shipping. But I've always told everybody, go to Slay Glam Box for $24. You get 5 things, it's cheaper. But if you want to support me, you can get it at my website. And you get a handwritten note and some extra goodies and all that other kind of stuff. He compared my palette to ColourPop. Now let's talk about it. My palette is a 12 palette pan, 4 duochromes, 4 shimmers and 4 mattes. Okay. ColourPop don't make duochromes. Duochromes are more expensive to make, and I have 4 of them. Okay? ColourPop is a billion-dollar company, or at least a multi-million-dollar company. They do everything in-house. Meaning, they make their formula right there. They pack it right there. The lab, everything is right there. So they can make it cheaper. I am working with an indie brand. It's so much different. You can't compare my price with a mainstream thing that's all in-house. What the hell's wrong with you? It's cheaper to make, hence why they can sell it for cheap. Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm explaining this. This is a man talking about makeup. And Jackie, this woman, because she says she gets Ipsy and stuff, you think she would know. Very weird. That's why I say Roadhog reminds me to kind of sit with the women instead of the men. He's over there talking about makeup. Like he cares. Then they said, which was wrong, that I don't even own my palettes because now they're selling without my name on it. That's a lie. I had a Christmas palette from last year that got sold out, got restocked a few times, sold out again in 2 days, and it's never been back. It's not being sold again. Then I had a birthday palette, and I'm Aries, so it was Aries themed. Again, same thing, and it's not being sold anymore. They didn't take my name off of it and then start selling it. Hire new researchers or work with them because they're wrong. And then he calls me, he talks about my Comcast bill, says that I'm lying about my bill. Look up Jersey prices, call, there's taxes. Jersey taxes you for everything. Like, it's not just not cable. It's internet, phone, all of that I have. But, okay. Like, all right. Then he says, oh, she's broke. If you watch, look, she acts like she has all this money, but she overdrew her account. First of all, I have 2 accounts. I've said this over and over again. And I don't know what, again, who you have working for you. Or maybe you need to do your own research, because I've always said I struggle. My kids are the ones that help me. My bills are paid. My bills are always been paid. And if I can't, my kids help me. I'm not embarrassed of that. And I'm not a business owner yet. I collabed. My face is on the brand. What are you talking about? Okay. Lastly, he talks about my looks. And this is the thing with Jackie too, like a woman. These two people, I say this all the time, they don't show their face. I challenged Road Hog one time, show your face, because he likes to talk about women. He said, I wear too much makeup. I wear this makeup especially for you, Road Hog, with my palette. And he says, because I'm trying to hide the craters on my face. When he's talking about when I was walking up here and it was the summertime, and you guys know me because of my diabetes and this, my skin, that I get rashes and stuff, and I was sweating. I was walking in like 90-degree weather, so I had like the heat bumps, but whatever. I mean, you guys see me without makeup on. Talking about my hairline, whatever he's talking about. Now he's saying, I mean, this was a good one. He did say, he goes, you know, I do a lot of walking talks, but I'm not losing no weight. I'm 5'3" 3/4, and I weigh like 153, maybe 156 after Christmas. So yeah, I do need to lose a few pounds. I should probably be about 140. But I mean, come on. Okay. You know, he talks about my makeup, all that. I mean, what men do this? This is what I'm saying. I'm almost 50 years old, and I think I look damn good for being 50. Oh, and then they say I have a mustache. And then Jackie says about, oh, either Jackie or Road Hog want them to talk about nair, and I'm a beauty person. I should shave my mustache. What are you, what? How do you know I don't have a skin, like, what if I had a full beard, and so what? I'm not your wife. You don't have to look at me every day. And then you have another woman, again, doesn't show her face, talking about my looks. I think I look damn good for being almost 50 years old. I do. Like, that doesn't, like, hurt my feelings. That a man that allegedly abuses his wife, or abused his wife, or what have you. You think I care what you think of me? Do you really think I care what you think, what I look like? I don't. Not at all. And again, Jenny Lee, aka Complete Creations, I think is her new channel name. I'll link everybody's channel down below. Is there the whole time. Now, she wasn't talking about my looks or anything, but like, she's on there the whole time. All she kept saying is, they did it to me. She keeps talking about me. I'm the victim. Remember, Jenny, you're the one who went live. If you never went live twice, this would have never happened to you. You went live. You did this on your channel, you dumb fuck. And you're such a coward. A coward that you can't even admit what you did was wrong. You did that. I'm not sending you hate. I haven't talked about you. Your head is this big that you think everything I say is about you. I don't care. I still get comments to this day from your live streams. Do I blame you and say, Jenny Lee keeps talking about me? No. Because we can't control what other people do. I have never said, go to her channel and give her hate. I said in the beginning of this video, do not flag his videos. Because we don't do that. But I have said, I'm still waiting for my public apology that I know I would never get. And when you did that, when you publicly apologized, I had a little closure. And I had every intention of making a video and giving you props. Well, that all backfired, you coward. You are a coward. You are two-faced. You are disgusting. I can keep going, but I'm going to stop. Everybody gets the picture. You're the fakest person I know online. And see, Jenny Lee, Complete Creations, I don't have to go around like you think I do and act like I'm talking about you but not saying your name, because I can say your name. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. Roadhog don't scare me. Oh, because he got a couple comments. He makes a video saying, because these people commented, now I'm going to take all of this videos and send it to our sponsors. Guess what? They watch my vlog channel. And if they want to stop working with me because of drama that I had 1.5 years ago and 5 years ago, oh well, who cares? Make sure you record that and send that to them, because I don't care. Now, like you said at the end of your video, you're going to give me grace if I don't talk about you. So I'm going to give you grace. This is the last video I'm making. You can do 10 reactions to this video. I am not reacting to any more. Okay? I don't talk about you. I don't think about you. Jenny Lee, I don't talk about you. I don't think about you. Jackie or Sunshine or whatever your name is, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Don't care. I wish you all nothing but blessings and success and everything else. But guys, you got to let it go. Like, I don't even know you guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay. And stop looking for my husband. Because I can tell you what, when you do find him, get a hold of him, he ain't going to give you nothing. He's going to cuss you the fuck out. Okay? It's weird that people care about other people's relationships. Very weird. Yes, I talked about you with the fake baby and stuff like that, because that's what I thought at the time. I retracted that. You don't have to accept it. You said you don't. That is fine. But that was 1.5 years ago, Road Hog. It's time to let it go. Did I hurt your fifis? Did I hurt your feelings? Because I called you a gross pig. Well, I'm sorry. I hope you can get over it. Jenny Lee, get over yourself, you coward. Get over yourself. Nobody's talking about you. Now, I might talk life lessons about don't always believe what people say, because that doesn't mean it's true. Like when people came to you and vent it. That was how they felt at the time. It doesn't make it true. But that doesn't mean I'm always talking about you. Maybe you have, maybe like a little bit, but it doesn't mean I'm talking about all of you. If that even makes sense. You guys know what I mean. Get over yourself. And why don't you watch my vlogs instead of saying, I keep getting these comments and so Ann's talking about me. Why don't you watch my vlogs and you'll see that I'm not. Or maybe you are watching my vlogs and just think that I am. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that did their research on me and gave me my watch time. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's all that I have to say. Get your facts straight. You know, if you're going to talk about people, hire people or whatever you're doing that fact check. Because 95% of it was wrong. My husband paid all the bills and I made him broke buying makeup. Oh my God, I was the breadwinner this whole time. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it's so funny. Anyway, guys, like I said, I am going to link everybody's, all the videos I talked about with Road Hog, with him saying the N-word, why I originally made the video about, you know, the fake baby, all of that, him allegedly abusing his wife. I will link all of that. You got trigger warning, and you guys can think what your own opinions. I am, you know, I don't know what else to say. I can back up anything that I say. Jenny Lee, you're a coward. And, yeah, that's all that I have to say, guys. I will see you in tomorrow's vlog. We're going to go out shopping. We got a lot of stuff to do. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to check my description box and the links. Bye. Bye, Road Hog.